What's up? What's up? There's an absolute mess, bro. Absolute mess. What is up? I appreciate everyone. What is up? I appreciate. What's that noise? Can everyone hear me? I appreciate everyone who tuned in. We're here to talk about AEW Double or Nothing. Okay, I hope. Okay, let me know how my audio is in the comments. If anyone would let me know before we get started how you think my audio sounds in the comments. Does it sound fine? Can you hear me well? I'm hoping you can hear me well. Yep, hoping you guys can hear me well. Okay. So, fuck you to those who left. Brain rot ass attention spans. Man, people really have like some of the worst attention spans of all time these days. It's kind of crazy. I hate my hair right now. But yeah, people, man, y'all have the worst, not y'all, but people. They have the worst attention spans ever. But yeah, we're here tonight to discuss AEW Double or Nothing 2026. So, if anyone wants to drop by and discuss it, then give me your opinions on what you thought of the show in the comments down below. Personally, I thought it was, very mid. There were some, there were some good matches. There were some bad matches. It is what it is. None of them can always be perfect. There always has to be like that one match that kind of, you know, takes away from the show. Okay. Yeah, my audio sounds fine from right now from what I can gather, it sounds fine. So you had Mick Foley made his debut tonight. He basically just came down to the ring to talk about how Tony Khan has like restored his passion for wrestling and whatnot. Basically just a kiss ass suck up promo. Um I mean, it's cool. He wasn't really doing nothing in WWE, so I mean, I don't see why not, bring him to AEW because, like I said, he wasn't really doing all that much in WWE to begin with. Hell, what was he doing? He was just wasting his final years. That's really what he was doing. Was just wasting his final years. I mean, the man's 60 years old. Mick Foley is 60 years old, guys. What was he going to do? Sit on the bench the rest of his life? I doubt it. Mick Foley wanted to make a mark at this stage in his life, you know what I'm saying? So Mick Foley is all elite, guys. Tony Khan announced it. He had a good promo with MJF, and MJF low blowed him, and Darby Allin got involved in the promo. Pretty cool introduction to Mick Foley in AEW. I'm not exactly sure why he'll be there. I assume he'll be some sort of general manager role, something along those lines. That's really all I could see for right now. I mean, I don't really know what else he would do if he's there to do anything other than that. I really don't know what it would be because he certainly ain't back to wrestle. But the first match of the night was FTR. First match of the night, FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hartwood versus Adam Copeland, which is Edge, and then Christian Cage. They had a tag match, and Christian and Edge won their first tag team titles in 25 years tonight. The last time these guys were tag champions was in WWE, and that was 2001, 25 years ago. 25 whole years ago, guys. That's been a long time. But they win the tag titles tonight. It was a pretty good match. It honestly might have been match of the night. I either liked this or Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay the most. There was a lot. Oh yeah, Bandito and Swerve was good. MJF and Darby was pretty good. There was like 4 great matches tonight. Did you guys check out the show? Let me know what your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you guys check out Double or Nothing? Yeah, Mick Foley made his debut. First match of the night, Edge and Christian defeat FTR. The AEW World Tag Titles, their first time being tag champions in 25 years. Edge is starting to grow his hair back. But Edge and Christian are 52 years old. I don't know how much gas they have left in the tank. I really don't. I would assume that they don't have many years left beyond them. This show had a couple of matches that were misses for me. There was one with Athena and someone else, and there's a 4-way women's match with Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter, and someone else. That match didn't really stick out to me at all. I thought the Stadium Stampede was really goofy. I enjoyed that 6-man tag on Dynamite, but the Stadium Stampede was really goofy, honestly. The package before with Jericho, Omega, and the Young Bucks, and Lashley, and Shelton, and MVP, and Jack Perry, and Kenny Omega, if I didn't say him, that was a pretty cool, little. That was a pretty cool little thing before to kind of give them aura before they made their entrance. Ricochet was on the other team. It was a good match, but it wasn't really my style. There was a spot where Jack Perry like runs a bus into one of them, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how I didn't know that was Jack Perry at first. That would have drove the bus considering he's made plenty of entrances driving a bus before. But AEW definitely has superior wrestling to WWE. I was looking forward to this show more than I was Clash in Italy. I mean, Clash in Italy's next week, but next Sunday, I believe. This show would definitely be much better than that. There was a lot of misses, man. I'm not even going to talk about those jobber matches. There was a great match between Swerve Strickland and Bandito. Like, there was some crazy spots where Swerve, like, stood up on him, like, on top of his shoulders, and Bandito, dude, he hit this, it was like a Hurricane Rana, almost like into a pile driver on the outside of the ring. It was crazy. And man, some of these wrestlers are going to end up getting really hurt one day the way that they be wrestling in AEW. But I mean, they're more professional than WWE in terms of the matches. I enjoy them much, much more than I do WWE's matches, to be real. But we all knew MJF was not getting his head shaved. He just went to Turkey and just got that hair transplant. And people really thought that, there was part of me that thought maybe they could pull a shock. But in reality, did we really think he was losing his hair? I mean, they had Darby go on this world title run where he's defending his title multiple times a week. Obviously, they were trying to get it in before he was going to inevitably drop the title. But yeah, the match with FTR, there was a spot where FTR, they had Beth Phoenix. They were going to put her through a flaming table, and Cash Wheeler was going for like a spear, and then he ends up going through the flaming table. I thought it would have been crazy if Beth went through it, but she returned, and she was in really good shape. I thought she was in better shape than Edge, honestly, her husband. Edge, he looks pretty jacked, but I don't know. I think he needs to work on his upper body a little bit more. But yeah, the hair is starting to come back. The hair is starting to come back. And he's gonna piss me off if he ends up pulling a 180 or whatever you want to call it, and he ends up shaving his head again. To me, Edge just has no aura with a shaved head. But yeah, Christian's still wrestling in that turtleneck. I honestly think that Christian is better on the mic than Edge, and is a better wrestler than Edge. But I think that Edge has a better look, and that's what's helped him throughout his career for the most part. But it was a great match. There was one spot where FTR asked Christian Cage if he wanted to quit, and he just said, I banged your mother." That's what he said. And then they asked him again later on in the match, and then he said, "Go fuck yourself." But yeah, they win after they go through the flaming table, Cash Wheeler, and then they're back in the ring. Christian Cage hits a spear on, I think it was Dax Hartwood, and then Beth Phoenix Ed hands Cope a Janice from TNA knockoff called Spike, the weapon, and he like puts it like an STF with the spike into Dax Harwood's head, and then Dax Harwood says, "I quit." So that's how that match ended, and that's how Edge and Christian became, I believe, it is 9-time tag champions in their careers, something like that. Great match, honestly. It's crazy. Christian and Edge can still put on good matches at 52 years old. That is pretty shocking, but I thought this was might have been the match of the night besides Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay. That was a great match. That was a banger. It's going to be a sad day when Joe hangs it up. But there was a funny nope spot in the match where Will Ospreay is like trying to dive on the Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe's just like nope, and then he just walks out of the way. Like, I swear he has to be the most logical wrestler of all time, Samoa Joe. Like, he's just like, it makes no sense for me to just stand here and for him to dive and hit me. Like, I'm just gonna step away. You know what I'm saying? But Samoa Joe is a great wrestler. I'm a big fan of Samoa Joe. He was one of the first wrestlers I ever saw. I first saw him, I believe it was in 2008. Samoa Joe is a great wrestler. I liked his WWE run. His main roster run was only 3 years, man. But he had a great match with Will Ospreay. Night starts off action packed. Will Ospreay hits like a cutter on Samoa Joe at the beginning of the match. Then he starts just raking his foot into Samoa Joe's face. And then Samoa Joe hits like this chop block thing on Will Ospreay. And then the match is just very, very back and forth. It's a very good match. I thought it was going to be match of the year. It was a great match. I'm not too sure if it's match of the year just yet. But Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay had a Absolutely fantastic match. Samoa Joe is 47 years old, and it looks like he's taking his health more serious because he's dropped probably about 50, 60 pounds, I would say, Samoa Joe has. And that's pretty impressive, for his age and everything. But I'm a big Samoa Joe fan. I think there's still a place for him. He signed a 5-year deal in 2021. I mean 2022. So that 5-year deal ends in 2027. That Samoa Joe signed. After that, I would really like to see him go back to WWE for one last run. Like I don't feel like we got enough of him in WWE. Like I really don't. We only had a 3-year main roster run from February 27 or yeah, February 2017 to February 2020. He got released in like 2021 twice, but he was a commentator at that time. But it was a fun show at times. There was a match with Okada and this I can't pronounce. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. I got to watch him perform in person. This Japanese dude against Will Ospreay at Revolution 2024. But I really, I completely forgot about Double or Nothing tonight. Like it started out of nowhere. One thing I'll say, there was 12 matches on this show. Tony Khan, what the fuck? These shows do not need to be this fucking long. The show was like what 5 hours long, not even including the pre-show. It's probably like 6 or 7 hours. Like, dude, that is absolutely utterly insane. Tony Khan, I don't even know if they're doing the media scrums for this show. I would assume probably. But Tony Khan, these shows do not need to be that fucking long. There does not need to be 12 matches. He could have easily cut off 4 of these matches tonight. Easily. But I was looking forward to the Stadium Stampede. I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I will say, I did not enjoy the Stadium Stampede as much as I thought I was going to. But Jericho's team wins. I'm not gonna lie, Jericho looks really good for 55, almost 56 years old. Like he's still getting around the ring like he's a young guy. Like getting to the top rope quickly, hitting a quick ass lion salt. Like he's definitely still got it. There's no doubt about it. Even though 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, he was really washed. But he came back 2026 in great shape. He was supposed to sign with WWE. It was rumored, but I guess he decided not to go because he knew Triple H would fuck it up. Like Triple H fucks everything up that he gets his hands on. But MJF and Darby had a good match. I think Darby is like an idiot or something. Like he does the most unnecessary spots. There was a nasty looking bump at the beginning of the match where he almost lands on his head diving out of the ring. And just for no reason, man. Like I see why MJF calls him an idiot because he truly is doing the dumb shit that he does. Man, I'll tell you, he won't make it another 10 years at the pace that he's going. If he unless he switches it up a little bit, then maybe yes. But we knew MJF wasn't getting his head shaved. MJF wins. Kevin Knight even comes out the end. Kevin Knight comes out to act like he's gonna help MJF or no to attack MJF, and then he fucking hits a frog splash onto Darby Allin's stretcher that he's on, turns heel, and that's how the show closes out. But yeah, Will Ospreay Samoa was great too. I liked Swerve and Bandito. That was a pretty great back and forth match too. I'm a fan of Bandito. There was a spot where he held Swerve up with one hand. I thought that was pretty crazy how he held him up with one hand. It's pretty impressive to be honest. Bandito's an impressive wrestler. Bandito's pretty impressive. What's good? What's good? What's good? I see you. Yeah, we're here reviewing Double or Nothing here tonight. We got 3 currently watching. I appreciate the replay gang, bro. They really come in clutch. Sometimes my if my stream doesn't do that well, my replay gang will come in and watch the videos, and I appreciate it. We got 4 people watching right now. I appreciate everyone coming in. Be sure to like. Double or Nothing was on tonight. I thought it was a pretty good show. Better than Backlash for sure. Backlash and Clash in Italy looks boring as hell. So I'm more excited for Double or Nothing. Well, I was more excited for Double or Nothing than Clash in Italy. But Darby and MJF, they had a pretty solid match. MJF's got his third world title reign going again. I don't know what direction they're going to go with him holding his 4th world title. I really don't. We're here talking about AEW Double or Nothing here tonight. But this is a good thing. I'm about to hit 500 watch hours. So we're slowly climbing up. We got to hit the 4,000 mark and we get monetized. So we're going to be on here reviewing these shows, talking about all of them. There wasn't really any good women's wrestling tonight. Both women's matches kind of sucked. I didn't care about either of them. I thought they were just a waste of time. They were bathroom break matches. And yeah, Will Ospreay, Samoa Joe, FTR versus Cajun Cope, Edge and Christian, aka, and Darby and MJF, Swerve and Bandito. They were great. I didn't watch the Okada match. I missed it. Like I said, I forgot this show was tonight. Like I turned it on, we rewinded it, and I skipped through the Okada match. I just didn't give a shit. I truly didn't. But fairly good show tonight. Better. It feels more like wrestling, honestly, than the bullshit WWE's been putting out, like the Logan Paul bullshit. I'm tired of seeing Logan Paul on my screen. Like I thought he was okay at first when he joined WWE or whatnot. You know, like I thought he was okay, and then he started becoming full time, and he just won't fucking leave. And he's brought in all these toxic fans to the wrestling world, and I just do not enjoy Logan Paul on television. He's damn near hitting get off my TV territory. Or he's already hit get off my TV territory. I'm just not entertained by him. I mean, like everybody's like, oh, he's a great wrestler, this and that. Well, I'm pretty sure anyone would be a great wrestler if the company wanted you to and they trained you more than anyone else. And they try to put all this knowledge into you that they won't put into some random guy that they don't know. They just want to use Logan Paul's platform and get all his fans to jump over to watch WWE. In reality, Logan Paul doesn't know jack fucking shit about wrestling. He even said growing up he didn't watch it. He was a casual, whatever. I don't even believe he was a casual. I think he was less than a casual. But I don't think he'll age too well in the wrestling business. I really don't. He'll never be looked at as an all-time great. He's too corny, way too corny in the wrestling business. There's other things he could be doing besides the wrestling business. I feel like as a wrestling fan who's been watching for 20 years, I just have no interest in seeing him. I really don't. I truly don't have any interest whatsoever in seeing him. But if anyone's watching, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what matches you like tonight. The Samoa Joe will. I don't know where Samoa Joe goes after that. He lost clean to Will Ospreay tonight. So and Ospreay got a huge pop when he came out. I've seen his entrance in person. But Samoa Joe loses clean to Ospreay. I don't know where he goes from here. He's still got a year left on his contract, so I don't know if he'll re-sign with AEW. I don't know if he'll retire. I don't know if he'll go back to WWE. Who knows what he'll do? But he just loses clean tonight to Will Ospreay. Samoa Joe does, and I don't know where they go here from here with Samoa Joe. I really don't. Samoa Joe's one hell of a wrestler. Like he's one of the best on the mic for sure. Like I think he's underrated on the mic. He's extremely underrated in the ring. Very good. And he's very logical with wrestling. Like he knows just what the hell being a wrestler requires. He's just good at he's good at his job. So yeah, he puts over Will Ospreay tonight in this Owen Hart tournament match, and I don't really know what his direction is from here. Maybe he'll keep attacking Will Ospreay. He'll move on to another feud. I would feel like something like that for sure. But yeah, we've had 9 people come in so far. We're gonna get that number up eventually. 9 people have stopped by so far. Let me refresh. You know that number goes up. But y'all sometimes y'all be stingy with that like button. They'll go like whatever, but then sometimes people are like, I'm not gonna like that. But you'll come in and watch for 30 minutes and you can't have the respect to drop one like for me entertaining you for 30 minutes. Come on. I'm kind of wanting to do other videos non wrestling like to get it to tap into other audiences. But if you really want to make it in the wrestling, but you got to do a lot of wrestling content, and that's what I'm aiming to do because I'm very knowledgeable about it. So that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, we did watch Double or Nothing tonight. What would I rate the whole show? There was 4 great matches on the show, but there was a lot of bullshit too. I'd probably rate the show for a pay-per-view. I'd probably rate it about a 6.5 out of 10. That's probably what I'm feeling. There was 4 great matches, 12 matches overall. You can, 8 matches that are kind of forgettable. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't very memorable to me tonight's show. I mean, the show just ends very cliche with MJF winning the world title. We all knew that was happening. And it seemed kind of like they were wanting to write Darby off TV the way he lost. And then right after that, someone turns heel on him and beats him up while he's on a stretcher. It almost felt like a way to really write him off TV. That's what I got from it tonight. They were here to write Darby Allin off of TV with that main event. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's AEW. The wrestling's good a lot of times. There was a match between John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. John Moxley looks in fantastic shape. I gotta say, he looks in absolutely fantastic shape. He's 40 years old, but he looks like he's in great shape. Like he's been hitting the weights. You could just tell. You 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 can really just tell Moxley's been hitting the weights, and he's just in fantastic shape. Kyle O'Reilly, I don't give a shit about him. I don't even think he looks like a wrestler. So I just don't care about Kyle O'Reilly. I really don't. I never have liked him that much. Not even really at all, to be honest. We've already been live for 30 minutes talking about Double or Nothing tonight. Well, I wonder what what's the perception on Double or Nothing for tonight? I'm going to check it out to see what most people think. I think, just not taking in anyone else's opinion, I think it was a 6.5 out of 10 show. Jericho did a tribute to Sabu in the match. I didn't like that how he did that splash the table. That just made it look fake. It made wrestling look phony as shit. But where do we go from here in AEW? I have no idea. I think we got what, Forbidden Door next? Is that what they're doing again? Are they doing Forbidden Door? I don't know how I feel about Forbidden Door. It just feels like a mark fest. It really does. It feels like a giant mark fest. Seems like a lot of people saying they do enjoy the show here tonight. I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes people really overrate shit. There was 4 great matches, don't get me wrong. A lot of risky moves. Like, why is there a pile driver in every match? Like, you're gonna end up slipping up and having a Stone Cold Owen Hart spot if you're not careful. Like, it's just a pile driver every second. Darby's taking pile drivers. He's landing on his head, diving outside the ring, diving back first off the top rope onto the apron back first. Absolutely just so unnecessary. Mick Foley said Darby Allin's like the new age version of him, but more athletic. I don't know how much longer Darby will be around at the rate he's going with um always getting just always, doing what he's doing to his body. But I will say I do enjoy watching AEW more than WWE. When I watch WWE, I'm ready to turn this shit off. I hate it. I get so mad because it's so bad. Like, it's just not good at all. I do really wonder why they brought Mick Foley in. I think it's funny though because he only came in because of WWE's relationship with Donald Trump. Like, dude, you're thinking about Donald Trump that much that you switched the whole job? That's crazy. But honestly, I thought Dynamite was better. Dynamite Wednesday. I don't. Dynamite Wednesday was a very good show, and Collision tonight's show had 4 great matches. I mean, some people will say more than that. Kyle O'Reilly and Moxley. I was bored during that match, just like I was on Dynamite. I don't know why. I just was. I just thought it was very, very, very boring. I think it's just Kyle O'Reilly. I really do. I think it's just Kyle O'Reilly. We got 3 in the house currently. I appreciate anyone who's tuning in. Like it up, guys. People being stingy as hell. I know this other YouTuber that reviews wrestling. If people don't like his stream, like he'll literally like go away. Like he'll turn his camera off. He'll still be live, and he'll be like, "I'm not gonna start talking again until you guys like the video." I don't want to be petty like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is kind of bullshit when people come in and watch your stream and they don't like it's kind of crazy, especially if you're watching it more than like 30 seconds. I always make sure to like someone's stream when I come in and watch. If I'm coming in, I'm watching, I'm entertained, I'm gonna like it. It just is what it is. But yeah, AEW Dynamite is Wednesday. We'll see where they go after this show. I don't know. MJF Darby Allen, it was good, but like I don't know this. There was a few good matches on this show, but like it definitely feels like it's missing something. But I think AEW is the superior product currently to WWE. WWE is just fucking shit. I don't know what they've done. I don't know why they're such a bad product. I really don't. But they have really went downhill the last few years. And it's kind of sad. Ever since Vince McMahon stepped away, they've really went downhill. AEW was supposed to once be, the alternative to WWE also. I mean, right now it's doing okay. I enjoy, like I said, I really enjoyed the Samoa Joe Will Ospreay match. That was honestly like the whole reason I watched the show, and I wanted to see Christian Cage and Edge versus FTR. I wanted to see that match, and they won the tag titles for the first time in 25 years, which is kind of crazy since 2001 was the last time Edge and Christian won tag titles as a tag team. And they win the AEW World Tag titles tonight against FTR. That was a crazy match. They had a flaming table spot. They had a lot of crazy shit. There was one stupid spot where Dax Hartwood had Christian's hand inside of a cinder block and he was hitting the cinder block with a steel chair. Like, that's doing 0 damage. Imagine my hand is inside of a cinder block and someone swings a steel chair on top of the cinder block. That's not really damaging my hand. So that spot was kind of stupid. I really thought that spot was really dumb. I'm gonna try to go for an hour tonight at least. That's what I usually try to do. Is go for an hour. No, I can't let his music play. I'll get copyrighted. He said, "Please don't get in the ring." That's crazy. So you mean to tell me there's a chance Mick Foley could get in the ring at 60 years old? There's Eric Bischoff said, "Please don't get in the ring. Please don't get in the ring, Mick Foley." Could I see Mick Foley getting in the ring? I don't think he's there to get in the ring. I think he'll get physical. I don't think he'll have a match. I think Mick Foley will get physical. I just don't see him having a match. I think that'd just be stupid and pointless for someone like him that's been through all the damage he's been through to have a match. It just doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense at all. So yeah, I just don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna wrestle a match. I don't think he's that stupid. Will he? I don't know. He was stupid enough to do a lot of the things he did. So who knows? Maybe. I'm watching the SmackDown from 2010 right now. Christian versus CM Punk is on. Man, the matches were just so casual and so much better back then. There was a spot where Darby Allin jumped back first off the stage onto, or it was off the top of this Titantron thing onto MJF through a table, and the back of Darby's head starts bleeding. Like just all of this unnecessary bullshit. Darby Allin wrestles like an idiot sometimes, and he takes like 15 pile drivers, lands on his head, lands on his back. Like I don't know how he expects to be in a good state for in the near future doing stuff like that. It's just not going to happen. That's crazy. It's so unnecessary. Twitter keeps showing me pictures of CM Punk looking jacked. Man, I'm gonna be honest. When he's on TV, he don't look like that though. I think he makes himself look a lot bigger in his pictures. Not saying that he's not in good shape, but Swerve is the one who corrupted Kevin Knight. He told him to be a killer and all that. Yeah, apparently Jim Ross was on the show tonight. What is he like 74? Yeah, Jim Ross was on the show. Shelton dived out of the ring at 50 years old onto a bunch of people. Oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher came out. I just don't care. It's that he came out during I think the Okada match. I just don't give a shit about Kyle Fletcher. I think he's boring and I think he sucks. I've never been entertained like once by him ever in a match in my life. So why would I give a shit about Kyle Fletcher or his wrestling, bullshit wrestling that he does, his style? What is he, like a Will Ospreay wannabe brother or something? I don't even know. I think it was time for Darby to drop the belt though. We're trying to check for updates. Hmm. Yeah, it was time for Darby to lose the title. I think he's probably written off television for a while. I don't know what direction AEW's going in. MJF's first two world title reigns really weren't that good. He wasn't really a great world champion. I don't know. He's a good character sometimes, but he MJF was not really a good world champ. Yeah, I don't know what much there is to talk about after this show. I'm tired of these shows leaving us with nothing fresh or new to care about. There's nothing really out of that comes out of the show that makes you look forward to watching. I think that concept is just dead. I really do think that that concept is just dead. That cutter was cool from Will Ospreay to Samoa Joe, though. MJF was wearing similar to like a Macho Man Randy Savage attire tonight. I heard a rumor that Mandy Rose might come back. I don't know how true that is either. WWE needs stars right now, so they need to bring more people back. AEW, they got a good roster. They just need better writing. Their matches are great. There's no doubt about that, but the writing needs to step up. I don't know how they plan on stepping it up with the writing. Ooh, gained another sub. Let's go. We're gaining subs quite a bit. Watch hours are also going up. I appreciate that to anybody who's watching the videos for an extended period of time. We're going to go live for at least an hour tonight. I try to every single time go live for at least, if I go live, I want to go live for at least an hour. We're just discussing Double or Nothing right now. I don't know where Edge and Christian go from here. They got to go on a title run, so I'm sure they'll end up putting over a tag team. I wouldn't be surprised if FTR is the one that ends up beating them again for the belts. Would not be surprised whatsoever. Where's Tony Storm? We ain't seen her in a while. It's been a little bit since then. The women's division in AEW could really use a freshener. It really could, because I mean they're lacking right now, in my opinion personally. And then Willow relinquished the TBS title. Hopefully they give it to somebody good. Have Ember Moon drop that Ring of Honor World title. What is it proving? Having her just hold on to the belt like a prop, like it's really not proving anything at all that she's held the title all these years or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. Ember Moon, Athena, whatever you want to call her. It doesn't make sense for her to hold this Ring of Honor Women's World Title or whatever it is for so long. Ring of Honor ain't even second rate. Ring of Honor is like fifth rate. Ring of Honor is just really not that fucking good. I've been wanting to get some more merch recently. I don't know if I'll do AEW merch or if I did WWE. I don't know if I'd want WWE merch right now. I really don't. I don't want to support that company right now. I mean, they're just doing a bunch of bullshit every week. And these show how this show's allowed to have 12 matches. And AEW Double or Nothing 2026 has 12 matches. And what's crazy is those matches aren't even short. Each match is like 20, 30 minutes or even longer. It's because AEW doesn't have all these ads. They actually care about their wrestling. They don't have to cut to an ad after every single match like WWE. It's just bullshit. They fucking suck, man. They've sucked the soul dry out of these shows. I don't even like watching WWE. I hate it. I hate turning on WWE. It's not hard for me to turn on AEW. It's not hard for me to turn on JCW or any other wrestling promotion. Sometimes TNA, old school TNA. I like old school TNA. It's not hard for me to turn that stuff on, but it's really hard to turn this current WWE Samoan filled product on. I just don't enjoy it. I genuinely just do not enjoy the shows. I just think they're really, really bad. They've been really, really bad for a long time, and they have no sightings of any change anytime soon. I give double. Somebody asked what we give Double Nothing. 6.5 out of 10. AW Double Nothing 2026 is a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Will and Samoa Joe, that was a fantastic pro wrestling match. That was great. AEW is 100% behind Kevin Knight as their next breakout star. I mean, I really don't know. The Stadium Stampede sucked. No, it was not perfect. I just don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. They're calling Beth Phoenix Beth Copeland. Beth Copeland is what they're calling her. Double or Nothing 2026. Kind of mid show. I think people a lot of times there'll be a couple good matches and they'll just overrate the shit out of the show. I truly do. Like I think that's what it is. I don't really like people complaining about too much wrestling on a wrestling show. I get it. What do you expect? It's a pay per view, first of all. Second of all, there's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a promo every 2 seconds in wrestling. I get it. You gotta if you want to watch wrestling, you got go watch real wrestling. Go watch real American freestyle. You know what I'm saying? But we still like our characters and storylines in wrestling, but at the same time, I don't like when people constantly complain about too much wrestling. Sometimes it makes me think they're not really a wrestling fan. If the wrestling's good if the wrestling is good and there's a reason why they're fighting, then I don't have a problem watching wrestling. I really don't. I like stakes, storylines, reasons to be fighting. I don't like wrestlers fighting for no reason. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of times AEW has a lot of fighting for no reason to it, but a lot of their matches are great. I'll give them that. The Stadium Stampede, I just did not really enjoy it. A lot of these guys like Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin come in and they just feel like side quests or something. Like it's like why don't they enter the world title picture? Bobby Lashley, MJF. I don't even know if they've already done that. They probably have because I think MJF did join the Hurt Syndicate at one point. He was so they might have tapped into all that. Who knows? I could find out in 2 seconds if I really wanted to. But um, did I enjoy the show tonight? Nothing really outside of Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay, Darby, MJF, FTR, Copeland, and Christian Cage, and Bandito and Swerve Strickland. I think Swerve Strickland is better in the ring than Trick Williams. Trick Williams has a better like aura, I guess, to him, but he also has the WWE machine behind him also. So you know what I'm saying. But I think Swerve Strickland's better in the ring, no doubt about it. Swerve Strickland is way better in the ring. He's like 35 years old. Trick is like 31 or something. But I enjoy Swerve Strickland in the ring. I watched a triple threat with Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, and Swerve live in attendance at Revolution 2024. That was fun to watch. Wrestling has been down recently. Like, not a lot of people care too much about wrestling right now. It'll pick up around SummerSlam for sure, but right now, wrestling engagement is down overall. I think a lot of people just do not give a shit about what's going on our TV screens. Only the hardcore fans, and if we got to pull in just the hardcore fans, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't foresee this review being too much longer than an hour tonight because engagement's just down. The show didn't really leave us more than an hour's worth of stuff to talk about. 'Cause what comes out of this? Like, where does just Samoa Joe go after this? Where does Darby Allen go after this? I mean, we'll have to find out on Dynamite. I'm sure they're going to go in a direction of pushing Kevin Knight for a while. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy exciting. You know what I'm saying? A couple really good matches. That's really the main reason to look forward to these shows. You know, you're going to get great professional wrestling matches where you actually feel like you're watching professionals in the ring, unlike WWE, full of amateurs. They call up Sol Ruka when she's only 4 years in. Like, why would you not wait? Let her get like at least another 2 years of training or something. But whatever they called her up. Uh, That's just crazy to me. A lot of people, she's botching, but she'll learn. I mean, you got to. Sometimes you can't really learn fully until you're on the main stage. So I'm sure she'll get the hang of it eventually. She has a match against Becky at Clash in Italy. I'm excited to see the show. I just want to see the direction they go in after the show, to be honest with you. And, Oba and Brock rematch. I don't know if Brock might be Oba. I could see Brock beating Oba and then them having a trilogy and Oba wins again, possibly. Or they could drop that after Clash in Italy and go with Gunther and Brock. I don't have any interest in seeing Gunther and Brock that much. I truly don't. I don't know. I just don't really care. I just don't really. I'm not interested in seeing matches with predictable finishes. I want to see a match where you don't know who's going to win. That's what I want to see, or a shocking ending or something. We need to have more surprises in the wrestling world because everything's just way overly predictable these days. And it makes it just really not fun to watch at all for anybody. But yeah, we won't be live much longer than an hour tonight. I appreciate anyone who comes by and within this time and comes and chats it up about wrestling. I appreciate that. But AEW videos sometimes don't do as good as WWE videos. It just really depends. I need to make more shorts and more other videos. You know what I'm saying? Talk about those. Get those uploaded on the channel. We really need to focus on that. That would be a great thing to start working on, to be honest. I'm a big AEW fan. I like their game Fight Forever. I think that's a pretty good game. Are you guys big fans of AEW? Their current state, anyways. I think they got a very talented roster. So much potential. All the money in the world. It just all boils down to Tony Khan not wanting to listen to writers. Him not wanting to listen to people who know how to draw an audience. Great wrestling, it's always cool to see, but you got to have your mix of storylines. Vince Russo could write the stories. He don't know shit about wrestling, but he's good at the story part of it. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to do that for sure. The story part. I don't know if he's good at scouting talent though. Jr. had that job in the late '90s, early 2000s, and he was pretty good at that job. Head of talent relations, and then John Laurinaitis took over that role. A lot of people think John Laurinaitis was like a prick. I never liked John Laurinaitis. Like I always thought he was just a bad person, just terrible to watch on screen. Like I remember when he got fired in a work at No Way Out 2012 by Vince. I was so happy because I did not think he was going to get fired. I was so glad. I was like, dude, finally he's off for TV. I did not want to see him anymore. I was tired of seeing his character. I just thought it sucked at the time, and I hated seeing him on screen. The David Otunga Eve Torres stuff was all right. I like the coffee sipping gimmick that David Otunga did. I hated it in 2012, but looking back, it was pretty funny. I liked it. Makes me want to play some WWE 13. I played that in a little bit. I have it. Yeah, AEW Double or Nothing tonight. Where does Will Ospreay go from here? Where does Samoa Joe go from here? Where does Swerve, Kevin Knight, MJF, Adam Cage and Cope? Where do they go? What do you guys think? They'll stay relevant, obviously. Edge is starting to look like an old man out there, man. Edge, you got to clean up your look a little bit, man. Got to superstar it up a little bit. You're starting to look like an old man out there. You're not in bad shape, but man, he's got to get better at trimming facial hair, everything. He's growing his hair back out. That's cool to see. I thought he killed his run in WWE after the night after Backlash 2022 or on the Raw after Backlash 2022 when he shaved his head. That killed all his aura. They were supposed to do that Judgment Day angle for a year, and they only did it for what was it, 2 months with Edge in it. It's kind of stupid. I hated that. I liked the Judgment Day when they first did it, but I hated when they turned on Edge. I just thought it was stupid. It made no sense. It was too soon. That should have happened like 6 months later, or maybe even next WrestleMania season. I was excited for that Edge and AJ Styles match. I was happy to see them finally go at it. That was really cool to see back in the day. Even though their match wasn't that great, they had a rematch at Backlash. But yeah. What's the next AEW pay per view? Is it Forbidden Door? Let's check it out. AEW pay per view schedule 2026, not 2022. Revolution, okay. Dynasty, we had that. Double or Nothing, okay. Summer Blockbuster, that's a Dynamite. Okay, Forbidden Door. Yeah, so we're still getting Forbidden Door late June. Beach Break, okay, that's cool. Hopefully it's actually outside. I hated when they did Bash at the Beach, but did it indoors. Like, why? That's stupid. And you got All in London again. That's gonna be fun. 2026. They're gonna do All Out also, and what is it? Full Gear, Wrestle Dream, Worlds Collide, or what is it? Worlds at Worlds End. I don't even remember. Worlds End. I don't know. Well, we have officially been live for 1 hour, y'all. Talking AEW Double or Nothing 2026. I'm very unenthusiastic about the current state of wrestling. I think it's just so bad. It sucks. Engagement's down because no one gives a shit. Everyone knows it sucks right now. Everyone's just living off nostalgia. It's in a very bad place. I would try to watch TNA, but TNA just sucks, man. They've sucked for a long time. They're bringing back Willow and the Broken Hardy. 10 years after, I don't know. I just don't care. I think we're at a very dark time in wrestling in terms of the creativity. We're definitely not in a boom period, that's for sure. Anyone who says we're in a boom period right now is full of absolute shit because wrestling is fucking terrible right now. Leave your opinions down below. AEW Double or Nothing 2026 if you thought it was a good show or not. Got to find my way. But yeah, I don't think there's much more here to discuss about AEW Revolution to the replay or AEW Double or Nothing 2026, I should say. To the replay gang, thank you for watching and helping me get watch hours. We're inching closer to our goal every stream, and I really appreciate it. If you would leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you see every time I upload. And yeah, guys, be sure to comment. Let me know your favorite matches from Revolution, guys. Or I keep saying Revolution. Favorite matches from Double or Nothing 2026. I think I've covered pretty much everything I need to cover in this episode, guys. Thank you so much to anyone who has tuned in to this stream. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, what direction will AEW going? We got a new world champion now. I wasn't really a fan of MJF's last two title reigns, but it is what it is. You know, we got a new world champion now. We got new tag team champions, Edge and Christian now. So that's dope. New tag champions in AEW. Samoa Joe loses clean to Will Ospreay. What else do we got left in store for him? You know, Kevin Knight now is going to be a heel, so we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. John Moxley's still your AEW Continental Champion. He beat Kyle O'Reilly, who's 39 years old, by the way. Ambrose Moxley is 40. But yeah, he's in fantastic shape, by the way. But anyways, yeah, guys, this is the end of the stream. I appreciate anyone who tuned in. Thank you so much, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Thank you.